Okay, hey, so welcome for your first week of POP. Okay, some of you guys are watching, those of you guys that are here live, welcome, welcome. Those of you guys that are on the recording, fantastic, excited that you guys are here. Do a reminder, if you ever cannot make the live session, do yourself a favor and schedule that recording. Because if you don't schedule it, it'll be 2 days later, oh my goodness, I forgot. Now, this is a little bit different. If you have participated in a program that I've done before, typically what happens is if you don't do the requirements, I love you. I will see you during the next opportunity. This one is a little bit different in that we don't have that session. There will be some special recognition and things going on towards the end for those of you that do complete all the requirements and all the expectations of being able to walk through this session successfully. But it is a little bit of a different format that we are doing, and it's going to span over 3 months, and we're just having 30-minute calls every other week with some homework every week, and we'll do some accountability and things like that in small group settings as well, and messaging and things like that. You got to pick the level that you would like to promote to, whether that was senior consultant all the way up to an upper level director. And so we're going to be working with people at all different levels, but I'm here to tell you that for the most part, guys, the struggles are the same. The struggles are the same. It's just maybe you're doing it times 5 instead of, like with one person, you're now dealing with 5 different personalities. But the biggest thing that you guys are going to want to be able to overcome is going to be yourself. And so we are going to focus a lot on mindset and self-management and things that, yes, they will have to do with Pampered Chef business. Okay, but even if you quit tomorrow, hopefully you'll be able to take some of these things with you just for lifelong skills. Because I can only do so much for you. Your director can only do so much for you. Okay, there's only so much that home office can do for you. And so if you are having a struggle with that, we want to make sure that you guys give a chance. If you have not, obviously if you're in here, you saw the love it, Jackie. She got our positive affirmations up. Yes, because those are so important. So if you have this recording call, then you have been welcome to the group and seen that. I did just send out the groups instead of adding people because I wanted to make sure that people saw it and clicked join. I didn't want there to be any Facebook craziness going on, and wanted to make sure that everybody was able to be in there. And so if you didn't get a chance to see, the first homework assignment was to listen to that song Brave, and then to comment below. And I'm loving seeing the responses and stuff already. It is really cool to see you guys kind of taking that step and saying, hey, what does it mean to be brave? What does it mean to approach some of the things that are going on? I want you to be encouraged as we go into this little venture together that we are coming together as like-minded people. I want you to be able to feel free to be honest and open, but we are also going to stay positive. And what that means, one of the important things that you're going to need to remember is that you want to always stay above the line. And what that means is it's really, really easy to go below the line in all sorts of things in life. My hosts aren't doing what they're supposed to. I had some shows cancel. Oh my goodness, Facebook is just making this harder. I don't know how, we've got the holidays. Oh, someone's sick. It's super easy to go behind the line. I don't care if it's your business or other things in life, but we don't stay there. Okay, you don't want to stay there. It's okay to recognize something, but you got to get out of it. You got to be able to get yourself in such a place that you're able to get above the line. And some of the things that you need to do is you need to surround yourself with people that aren't going to hang out below the line with you. Dog barking. Sorry. Hold on while I yell. Here we go. Maybe we'll see if that finished it. You want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that are going to lift you above the line and not let you stay there. Sometimes it's needed to go below the line for like a little bit to kind of get it out, to vent, to see what the frustrations are, but you don't get to stay there. You want to be able to take those moments and come up and say, okay, so I'm below the line. Here are the struggles that I have now. How do I get out? And surround yourself with people that are going to help you go above it. So that is some of the things that we want to be able to encourage you to do as we go into this program. Now, typically, we go around, and this one is a little bit different. Typically, we have such a small group setting, and it gets smaller as the weeks go on. We go around and we kind of share, we kind of take a few minutes and kind of share everything that we want to go. And we're not going to do that today just for the sake of time. But here's what I do want you to do, okay? I want you to get a piece of paper and something to write with if you don't have it. Go grab it. Some of you already got it, okay? Find something to write. Some of you guys are in a panic going, oh, wait a minute. It's okay. I'm always like the kind of person I'm like, I bring things and I don't know why, but I just feel like I needed this. Maybe I won't even ever write it, but I feel secure. Okay. And we are going to spend just a couple minutes kind of looking at what this might be and what our why is. I encourage you, I don't care if you've done a program with me 15 times. I don't care if you're new in the business and you're just starting and this is the first program you've had an opportunity to be a part of. No matter what it is, you need to visit your why often, and you need to make sure it is your true why. Because what happens is people throw out their why. They go, oh yeah, so I need to introduce myself in my party. And so, oh, this is why I started. I just wanted some extra cash and, it'd be great to have something be flexible. Or I really wanted that deep cover baker. Oh, that quick cooker, I just couldn't pass it up. Okay, that's great. If that got you to hit the button to buy the kit, fine. But that is not going to keep you in here. And the first time that something happens, you get a crazy host, someone cancels on you, your teammates are being Debbie Downers, people keep saying they're going to sign up under you and they don't. Maybe you lost title. Maybe you went into a holiday season and just didn't realize something was going to happen. Maybe there were health issues. The second something like that happens, guess what? That quick cooker that you already earned isn't going to get you past it. Okay, so you need to be able to grab onto something that is deep, that is meaningful, and that is going to help you in the long run and really be able to picture what that is. So I am going to set a timer, and you're just going to brainstorm for right now. Okay, you're just going to brainstorm. Don't worry about it being in sentence form. You're just going to bullet point brainstorm. Okay, and don't allow yourself to stop writing either. Okay, this is called a focus-free write. So what you're going to do is when you're writing and you're making this list, if you're like, I can't think of anything else, I want you to keep writing the last word that you wrote until your brain thinks of something else. Okay, does that make sense? Because what that's going to do is it's going to let your brain keep going and keep being creative and realize that it doesn't get to just stop. And sure enough, your brain will be like, oh yeah, and this, and you'll keep writing. Okay, it's okay if it's in some, if it's phrases, if it's bullet points, whatever that might look like. Okay, does that make sense? We're good. Okay, so I'm gonna set, and it's not gonna be for very long, so don't panic. You're not doing an exercise for like 45 minutes. The call's only half an hour. Okay, let me find my timer. And what you're gonna be writing about is I want you to write down things that are important to you and things that you value. Okay, things that are important to you and things that you value. Okay, yep, we just got deep real fast. Okay, we got deep real fast. Okay, so things that are important to you and things that you value. And we're just going to do it for a minute. So do not, like literally 1 minute. So don't panic. Okay, ready? Go. Remember that there is no wrong answer. And if you get stuck, keep writing the same word over and over again. Okay, go and stop. Okay, take a second and look at your list. Okay, just kind of look at it. Are there things that surprise you maybe on it? Are there things that you're like, oh, nope, I knew that would be? That first thing that's on your list is probably something that's going to be really standing out. But like, as you got further down the list and you had to like engage your brain a little bit more to go a little bit deeper, you might be kind of surprised as to what types of things those are. And again, these might not even have anything related to our business, so we think at this point. Okay, we're just looking at things that we value in life. Go ahead and share a couple things that you put in the box so your friends can see what we've got. I'll share some of mine. Oops, here's a whoa. Oh, hold on. We're trying to view Sherry's screen. Sherry, press the button. Wait for it. There we go. So what you guys are going to see as you come up, one, some of the things are going to be similar, okay? But they're also going to be very independent. Oh, Miss Sherry, he's screen shared again. Hold on, and I don't know how to get you out of there. Maybe if I screen share. There we go. No. So when you guys are looking at this list and you're trying to figure out the things that you want to do, these things have to be in the forefront. And unfortunately, what happens is that, you know, when you're looking at these things that are really important, these deep down things, you have to figure out how to get your business to align with the things that you value. Okay, you have to get your business to align with the things that you value. And it's going to look different for everybody. But what that means is you're going to have to figure out, how can my business help my financial freedom, my health, my stability, the happiness of my family? How can it play a part in my faith, in my marriage, and integrity, okay, and being emotionally stable and being able to travel and having family and friends? Okay, like when you figure out how to connect it to that thing that is so important to you that you wouldn't give up, like when I look at my list, there isn't anything on this list that I would give up. Like if someone asked me to trade something, like, nope. I'm not going to give anything up on this list. These are the things that I value at the core. But when I look at this list, there are ways that I have my Pampered Chef business allow me to be a present part of all those different things. And it allows me to have that financial freedom. It allows less stress in my marriage because I'm able to not have that debt. It makes me communicate more with my husband because of different things that we might struggle with the business. Hard work, being able to go through with that. Friends and having these people, these relationships, honesty, integrity, all these things that I deal with as a businesswoman and as a teammate. Education, being able to teach other people and to learn myself and being a lifelong learner. Like there is nothing in here that I would give up. And so you need to be able to figure out your why. So one of your challenges that you guys are going to be able to have is going to be your why. So now we're going to do the same thing, another focus for you, right? But now we're going to take those things of value, and now I want you to write them in sentence mode. And here's what I want you to give yourself permission to do. You might be very tempted to be like, oh, well, here is what I write about in my virtual party. So this is what I need to. If it sounds completely different than something else, then get rid of it. Okay, let it be that raw emotion of why you do this business. If you cannot connect to that part of you, then I can give you all the homework tasks in the world. None of them will matter. Okay, I can tell you all the right things to do in the business. None of them will matter. Okay, this program is called Promote on Purpose. So what that means is we're going to be going into everything that we do with intentionality and with a focus and with a purpose so that you know as you're walking forward that the tasks that you're doing have meaning. And that they have a focus and a vision and some reason why you're doing it. And you might be looking at the after picture, and you might be looking at how things are going to finish, as a whole. And it might not, sometimes it's hard to recognize that in the day-to-day tasks. But if we keep that in front of us, it's a lot easier to keep going with that. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give us a little bit longer since we're in like sentence mode now. I'm going to give us 2 minutes. But now you're going to basically write your why. Like, I want to promote with Pampered Chef. I want to have a stable business. I want to go farther than I am. I want to be more because, and then keep going. And the same thing, do not allow yourself, the second you get stuck, just repeat the same word over and over again. Okay? Because it does. It's a physical exercise that your brain allowing itself to continue to engage. It won't get you in that stuck mode. Okay? And there is no wrong answer. There is no wrong answer, guys. This is a draft. This isn't being etched in a tattoo. Okay, like it's just your thoughts being allowed to be free on paper. Okay, ready? Go. Go and finish up the thought that you're on. So if you can look at these things of value and attach your why to these things of value and to your reason, then all those tasks that you don't want to do, you'll kind of suck it up and do them. Or all the times that you're told all the lies and everything like that that's being in your own brain that other people are saying, that you're hearing the world say, that you heard a guest say, that you heard a host say, a family member, your spouse, your mother, yourself, your childhood self, okay, an abusive relationship. I don't care what it is that's telling you these things, okay? If you can connect it to these things that are important to you in your life right now, it's going to allow you to have power and control back. And I want you to be able to be free to have those things so that, you know what, when you come up against an obstacle or when you don't want to get out of bed and make phone calls or you don't want to get out of bed and set up parties and you're like, ugh, I had 3 cancellations, people must not want to host, I don't know, whatever it is that is making you go below the line, I want you to pick yourself up. I want you to picture what you want and then figure out that the journey looks different. Okay, the journey looks very different. When I sit there and think of my very first time, trying a Pampered Chef show, from hosting my grand launch to, sitting here today with you guys, the journey from there to here look very, very different. Okay, there's so many different aspects to our business and so many different things and so many no's that I've heard. I think sometimes it surprises people to hear that, like, I either sucked at my job at some point or I still struggle, or that I hear just as many no's, if not more than you guys do, because I'm working my business so intentionally. I'm like, do you guys just think that like parties just fall in my lap? No, yes, I have some skills that I have acquired over the years that allow me to maybe navigate those no's a little bit better or get myself above the line faster. That is true. I will not doubt that. Okay. But it didn't start that way. And I hear the same no's. I just navigate them differently. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't make me stop what I'm going after. And I want to teach you guys to be able to be empowered to do the same thing. Okay, so for one of the best ways that we need to figure this out, because you can have the best wine in the world. Okay, I have people that literally, that I've met that they're like, I can't pay my mortgage payment. Like if I do not make this successful, like they are going to come take my children away or my house away or my car, like really high stakes. And they still don't do what they need to do. Okay, like the stakes are high and they still don't do what they need to do. And they continue to live in these circumstances that have been given to them for whatever reason. Some of it might be, we could say their fault. Some of it might be no fault of their own. But whatever it is, they have the power to overcome these circumstances. And you have the power to overcome whatever circumstances you have. And again, you might be like, well, my life's pretty great right now. Okay, but it could be better. What if it could be better? What if you could help make someone else's life this great? You know what I mean? Like being able to have that, like there is just such, there's a never ending opportunity for this. And so one of the first things that we're going to be talking about in your homework this week is going to focus a lot on time scheduling and time blocking. And so if you have done activities like this with me before, then and gone, oh yeah, we did that once. I don't know where it is. Oh yes, I filled out a sheet once so that I can get my homework done, and then I never looked at it again. Okay. It's important for you to figure out a system that works for you. I'm going to give you some examples to kind of help you out, and you might go, whoa, this was my jam. This is what I needed to know. And you might go, whoa, this was not for me. But whatever it is, you just have to find some systems that work for you consistently so that when life comes, you can make your business life-proof. Like, guys, the holidays are coming. Like, don't act like Thanksgiving and Christmas were a surprise. Like, they didn't sneak up on us. They're the same time every year. Like, yeah, Thanksgiving is a little bit earlier this year. It's still the fourth Thursday. Like, again, it's not a surprise. Okay, December 25th comes to, December 25th every single year. Okay, so sometimes we operate in such a way that we allow things to just control us and to rule us as opposed to us taking control and being able to manage that. You are all given the same 24 hours that I am. Okay, you're all given the same 24 hours as, people that save the world, as, like Mother Teresa, like you are given the same 24 hours as Albert Einstein. Do not tell me that you don't have time to do this. One, I just don't like that excuse because I'm a busy person, and so I just don't like it because you have time. You have time. You have the same amount of time that I do. I'm not devaluing the things that you have going on that maybe make it a little trickier to find time or to motivate yourself for time, but you have the time. So if you are saying, oh, I'm just too busy, I just don't have time, I want you to consciously, every time you hear that, get rid of it. Say something else, some other, I am going to find the time, I'm going to make time to do X, Y, and Z. Okay. One of the things that we are going to do, I'm going to screen share here and show you guys what has been discovered and what your first homework is going to be. I'll show this link. This link will be in, there will be homework posts that are pinned that are going to show you guys some things to do. Even on the days that we have like next week, well, it's Thanksgiving anyways, but like next week, we don't have a call on Thursday. I hope you're all spending time with family or resting or doing something, some sort of self-care. Okay. But there will be some homework and some things to navigate through the week. And again, Thanksgiving might be a little bit different, but guys, unless you have really prepped your business with the weeks coming up, you shouldn't be taking next week off. I mean, like, I don't plan to work on Thanksgiving, okay? And like when I navigate my holidays and things like that really, really well. But like, if your business does not look like how you want it to, then you didn't do the work beforehand to get to take all those luxury things off, okay? Unless you're going to be fine with the results. Don't give me an excuse in a couple weeks, oh, just Thanksgiving threw me off. Results or excuses, you don't get both. But under this section, if you are under, hopefully this is de-blurry now. When you're under the full site, when you go to news and events and you go to training events and you go to, let me go to the first part. When you go to a national conference and you click on get the training, this is actually hidden. I'm sure that I think they're finished with it, but they haven't officially rolled everything out yet. These are the training modules that they have created from conference. Now, some of you, if you went to conference, you might be like, hey, I attended that. Awesome. That was months ago. Let's look at it. Or maybe you attended a different speaker even from the session. The first one that we are going to do is we're going to do simple steps to effective time management. And I mean, I'm not just doing this because I'm like, haha, it's me. But I think this is a great place to start. And this is actually the recorded session that Allison Bohall and myself did. Okay. The way that this is laid out is you actually get to go through and like start the course. Okay. It gives you details. And I want you to be, so you can stop and start or like, take 15 minutes and things like that. But here's what I want you to do. When you sit down to do these courses, I want you to set a timer. Okay, maybe you say, I have 15 minutes to work on this part of the homework today. Okay, like being like, I know I've got 15 minutes. I want you to set a timer and I want you to only work on this part of the homework. Don't be answering Facebook messages. Okay, don't be making dinner at the same time. Whatever it is, be fully present in these particular trainings. After the alarm has gone off, give yourself permission if you need to check something or do something else. And use blocks of time that are realistic for you. Okay, if you like, it's probably going to take about an hour maybe to do this whole thing. Okay, if you don't have an hour that you can sit and be laser focused and uninterrupted to do this, don't set the timer for an hour. Tell yourself 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and get what you can get done because it's broken up into these sections. Okay, there are different sections, and what you're going to do is you go through. It'll ask you a question. Okay, there is a handout here that I would encourage you to print if you have it available. Don't panic if you don't. You just use a notebook or something like that. But it has little videos. It's very bite-sized. So if you are panicking, like Trina, like I got kids or like I got stuff going on, like I literally, or maybe just you struggle being able to focus for long periods of time, like give yourself 15 minutes and see how far you can get. Okay. But they're all broken up into these different things. And at the end, it's going to give you a little screen that says that you completed it. Like, did I? What did I do? What did I name it as? Time. Okay, I thought I saved a screenshot of it of some sort of what it looks like. But when you get done, there is a little screen like that you can take a screenshot of. Sorry, I'm trying to find you guys now. Work. Oops. Why can't I drag you guys where I want you to drag? There you go. Okay. But there will be a little screen for you to be able to take a screenshot of, and you're going to be putting those in the POP group just as confirmation. Hey, I finished it. Here's my proof. Now here's the deal. We're all adults. Many of you are fairly clever. You can totally scam this and not really do it and kind of go half-hearted and get to the next week and pretend like you did, but you are not going to get what you need to get out of this. And here's the deal. I am not going to have sympathy. Okay, I taught for a long time. It was very easy for me to figure out which kids did their homework or which did not. Okay, I promise you the classes were always better with the kids, like when the kids would do their homework. We could have discussions. It could be more meaningful. Just you need to be intentional. Okay, and you need to be honest with yourself. There is no sense in continuing to sit and be this thing if you're like, you know what, I'm not setting the time aside. I'm not managing myself well. And there are going to be some steps to accountability and things like that we are going to be doing too. The secret word for those of you listening to the recording, okay, is intentionality. Okay, that is your secret word. Okay, so those of you that are listening to the recording will need to do that. And then those of you guys that are listening to it right now, go and write it down because it's going to be on the Google form slip that you're going to fill out. Okay, that way you don't have to watch it again and figure out what the secret word was. Okay, intentionality. Spelling will not count, so don't panic. Or Google it. She's like, Jackie's like, oh, good. But what I want you guys to be able to do as we go through is the first piece of your homework, okay, and I'll have everything go through, is you're going to do that workshop session. You're going to write your why in the group, and you're going to hit hashtag why, so that's easy for us to find. Okay, that needs to be put in the POP group. Hopefully, you have most of it written right now. Maybe you want to adjust it a little bit or add it to it because we kind of had a time thing in it. If you have time right now, because we're going to be ending here in just a minute, if you have time right now, go into that mode. You're already in work mode. You probably already set aside whatever else that you had to be doing, and go in there and focus and get that started. Because if you can get that a grasp of that again and be able to hold on to that, then that's going to make some of these tasks that I'm going to be giving you a lot more relevant. Okay, I'm here to tell you it's not going to be easy. The tasks that I'm going to give you are going to be very purposeful. They might be soul searching, and you might have to get real with yourself a little bit. And you might not like what I have to say, okay? Because I do you no favors if I do not hold your feet to the fire. If I don't say, okay, so you had stuff going on. Guess what? Every single other person in the group had Thanksgiving too. Every single person. Okay, and we don't have any Canadians here. Okay, like, you know, I mean, like we're separate. So I don't want to hear those excuses. When you feel yourself giving yourself an excuse, I want you to take a step back and see, okay, is the reason that I didn't accomplish whatever I said accomplished because it went against my value system? There are things that I can look at when I'm achieving things or I'm working towards my business, and I go, you know what? Is it worth it for me to push that hard because it matches my value system, or is that going to devalue what I have? Maybe I'm going to spend too much time away from my family, and that's not what I want. You know, being able to kind of figure out, is it just I'm in a season of kind of pushing through where I have to focus a little bit more? Figure those things out and learn how to manage them. Maybe you have to get up a little bit earlier. If you work a full-time job or you work a night shift or whatever it is, maybe you have to purposefully get up half an hour earlier every day and have that be you time. Okay, so this week you're going to see some things creeping up. I want you to save this group to your shortcuts so that you have easy access to it. And I want you to get in the habit of checking it every morning to see if there is a little task or a thought or something that you can do or something that you want to be able to tell your teammates as we go through. Okay, this goes through January. Remember that you're supposed to be submitting 4 shows per month. Okay. 4 shows in November. So you need to figure out how many shows you have now. And if you don't have that yet, you need to fix it. Okay. Next month, if you are trying to promote to director, then that is supposed to go up to 6 months or 6 shows. And in January, it would go up to 8 shows. Okay. Those of you working on senior consultant and team leader, I know that 4 shows can be a stretch for a lot of us. Okay. So that is your stretching mark, and it should be consistent in those 3 months. But for those of you guys going higher, guess what? Got to suck it up, Buttercup. Let's make it happen. Okay, that is our time for today. Again, these calls are going to be a little short and sweet. We don't have as much chitty chat time designed in this one. And so what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to blow up the Facebook page in POP with being able to communicate and tell each other different things and encourage each other. And then this week you will start seeing yourselves entered into group messages that are with people that have the same focus on promotion, the same level of promotion as you are, so that you can kind of all be rallying together. Because someone going for advanced director is going to have a very different outlook than someone going for senior consultants. And we want to make sure that you guys are able to rally around each other, because every journey is important, and it doesn't matter what you're going for. It matters that that is the right journey for you. Okay? All right. Okay. Check out the page later for some things going up. Don't forget that the secret word was intentionality or intentional. I don't know. I don't know why I added a suffix on it. I just thought that was fun. Make it harder for you to spell. Okay. I'm glad that you guys were able to meet us live. If you have time right now, go in, figure out your why, and then go back in and do your hashtag. Okay? Bye, friends. Have a good day.